Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ankur. So today I'm going to talk about a very interesting connection between breathing and fat metabolism. This topic is going to make you more aware about how you are losing fat, where your fat is going, and what exactly is happening when you are following all the healthy lifestyle that we talk about. So let's start with this. Okay, so this is me some time back. So whenever I look at this picture, I notice one thing, and maybe some of you also have noticed it, and this is this thing, right? Okay, so I really wanted to get rid of that fat. I had a huge pot belly, okay, and with the help of the community, I did. This is my transformation photo. I lost 6 kg, 4 inches of belly fat. But then I got really curious, and when I was losing all this weight, I had all these questions coming to my mind. Where does all the fat go? All 6 kgs of it in my case, right? And what does it become? And how does actually it get out of my body? Because on a scale, I do see it. I'm 6 kgs lighter, right? So I'm sure some of you may trying to think about some answers that where your fat is going when you're losing your weight. And some of the answers that are very commonly I hear, I'm listing down them here. Okay. Energy, muscles, toilet, urine. But you know what? The right answer is this. Okay. Your fat gets out of your body as carbon dioxide and water. Okay. Let's take a look at it. Okay. How does that happen? Because it is very interesting. Okay. So observe this, okay, video for a while, and you will realize something. Whenever we breathe in, we take O2, oxygen. When we exhale, we release CO2, correct? Carbon dioxide. Now, a closer observation will reveal this. The air that we are exhaling is actually heavier in weight than the air that we are inhaling, correct? And what makes this exhaled air heavier is this carbon atom, okay? So now the question is, from where this carbon atom comes, okay? All I'm taking in is oxygen. Since the day we are born, since till the way we die, this is the one thing that we are going to breathe in. And we are always going to exhale CO2. From where this carbon is coming? Now, maybe you start thinking, okay, this is a very interesting question, but I'm going to tell you the right answer. And the right answer is this. All the carbon in your breath is coming from your food. You take in from your food, you store it in your body as fat from the food, and you exhale it as carbon dioxide. Okay, very interesting. Now, when we talk about food, we talk about majorly two things, macronutrients and micronutrients. Okay, so let's quickly look at them. These are all the macronutrients that we take in. Don't worry about all the molecular structure that I'm presenting. Okay, but carb, fat, protein, etc. These are all the vitamins that we need. 13 of them are essential. These are all the minerals that we need. 11 of them are essential. Okay, but let's talk about the macronutrient for a minute. Okay, majorly fat. When you all are losing fat, like a lot of people commented like they lost 500 grams, 1 kg. So you were talking about fat. Okay, you are losing fat. Now, this is a very general formula. An average fat molecule in any human being is 55 molecules of carbon, 104 molecules of hydrogen, and 6 molecules of oxygen. Now, the number of carbon and hydrogen may change from different types of fat, but this is what average looks like. What I mean by that is this. The difference between this and this is this, okay? And difference between this and this is also this. Now, let's try to understand what exactly is happening and how you are losing your fat as carbon dioxide, okay? And one thing very important to notice is whenever we talk about weight loss, we measure them in kilograms, okay? But we always think of food intake and calorie burning when we talk about, right? So we need energy to do that, in order to move, in order to generate heat in the body, in order to grow, in order to think also. Even when you're thinking, you need energy. So the measurement of energy is always in calorie or kilojoules, right? But we measure our weight in kilograms. So some of you might have goal to lose about 10 kilogram of weight, okay? So let's try to measure it in terms of kilograms itself, okay? So in order to measure this, we need masses of all these elements in this particular equation. By the way, this equation is a metabolizing equation of fat, okay? This is a very common triglyceride in our body. And this little arrow is actually a 3-year university degree course, okay? So don't worry too much about it. It is a very simplified version of what is happening inside our body when we metabolize fat, okay? But the end result is always going to be CO2 plus water, okay? So let's try to calculate it. What I need is, I need a periodic table in order to find the masses of hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon, okay? So let's take this atomic mass units and put it into a very simple mathematical equations, okay? My triglyceride has 55 carbon, 104 hydrogen, 6 molecules of oxygen. That means total mass of carbon dioxide is this. Total mass of water is this. Now, interesting fact, when I calculate the distribution, the 84% of that comes from carbon dioxide and water is just 16%. Now, what does that mean? That means a very interesting thing. That means when you are losing 10 kilograms of fat, you actually exhaled about 8.4 kilograms of that through your nose, okay? And rest 1.6 became water. Now you lose water via your urine, sweat, maybe your tears, you cry a lot, I don't know. But the majority percentage of your fat, more than 80% of that is actually coming out of your nose, okay? So no matter what you are doing to lose your fat, lose your weight, but at the end, you are actually getting rid of it via your nose. Okay, now with this information, very interesting, okay, let's try to look at it, how I can apply this and in my weight loss journey, okay, how you can use this and get inspiration from this in your weight loss journey. So let's look at it, okay. Let's talk about a resting metabolic rate, okay. What it means is, if you don't do anything, okay, you just lie flat on a bed and don't move a muscle, okay, then in that condition, your body will need oxygen in a volume of about 3.5 milliliter per minute per kg of your body mass. And you will exhale about 2.8 milliliter per minute per kg from your body in a very resting position, okay? Now, let me calculate this for my weight. I'm 78 kgs, okay? That means if I'm not doing anything, I'm lying flat on a bed, this is what my oxygen requirement will be just to stay alive. And this much carbon dioxide is what I'm going to exhale from my body. Now, if you calculate the mass of this carbon dioxide that I'm exhaling, it is about 23 grams. That means per hour, I'm exhaling this much carbon dioxide from my body, which also have the fat component in it. Very interesting, right? So now how you lose your fat? This is how, okay? I'm going to show you a practical example. So we love taking oily food, okay? So let's now take an example. If you are taking a medium plate of French fries, okay, which is a deep fried in oil, on an average, it will have somewhere around 80 grams to 120 grams of oil absorbed in it, okay? So let's, for a simplicity of calculations, let's consider 100 grams of oil that you consumed when you are eating a French fries, okay? Now, in order to get this French fries out, or the fat that you consumed via this, you need to exhale 84 grams of carbon dioxide, and 16 grams of water will be produced in the process anyway, okay? Now, what does mean that now if I want to get rid of this 100 grams of fat, in my resting position, I will need about 4 hours. That means if I eat 100 grams of fat, I don't do anything, I will need 4 hours worth of breathing in order to get rid of that fat. Now, if you start walking, that time will reduce to 2 hours. If you start jogging, it will further reduce to 1 hour, because your rate of breathing is increasing. You are taking in more oxygen, expelling more carbon dioxide, and that's why this is happening. That's why we say workout. Okay, that's why Ankur has been recognizing you guys for doing workout 6 out of the 7 days. If you start doing workout, you can get rid of that 100 grams of fat in just 40 minutes or so. Okay. Now now this question might be coming in most of the people's minds. Okay. Now, can I just sit and breathe more? Did I just lost weight? Okay. So 2 parts. Okay. Let me answer this question in 2 parts. Okay. First, if you just sit and try to breathe more, okay, you can't do that, because first your body has to create a demand for more oxygen in it. If you try to plug an oxygen mask and try to force yourself breathe more, you will go into a state called as hyperventilation. You will develop a condition and you will fall sick. So don't try that. You have to always create a demand for more oxygen by moving more. Okay. Now, after this talk, okay, the second answer to this question could be, you can actually sit and move your muscles. Whenever you make any muscle movement, you are creating a demand for oxygen in your body, and you will breathe more in the process. Okay, so after my talk, if you clap harder, you will lose more weight. Okay, so that's it. Now, so I'll close with this. Always try to eat right. Take less of those carbon atoms in. Okay, right carbon atom with all the macronutrients and macronutrition I just showed, right? So eat nutrient dense food. Okay, not just the carbs, right? Move more. Okay, that is the key. When you move more, you breathe more. Okay, so eat right, move more, and keep breathing. Thank you so much. Back to the host.
Let me clap very, very hard.